pictures or pressing the mobile phone, you have the sounds for that. It creates the atmosphere that you get more realistic video. If you just put a music over everything and people just walking around, you can do that, but then it makes the video less effective that way. Of course, when you have a speaker, it's a different thing. Then from that phase you go to editing. So basically it's cutting and clipping, but also editing means colorists, so the people who do the colors for the video. Then you have the sound guy who mixes the sound, puts sound effects into it, so I mean these mobile sounds or flapping the papers or anything else. And so this usually, if you talk about like we do a commercial, if we shoot one day, we might do 2 or 3 days post-production. Easy. Because normally you when a customer you go with the rough draft to the customer first, and they send it back, then you start doing the text or other effects, then you do the colors and this kind of, so it's really phased, this editing. And when you actually have the final clip ready, this is I think the most important part to anybody who wants to understand the video is the marketing. How do you get it there? Because you can see the icons on the right side, you can see there's a lot of different ways to put it there. You can use Twitter nowadays. I think Twitter has like 30-second videos. You can use Periscope, which is this live stream thing nowadays also. If you have some kind of event or something, webinar or something, you can use Periscope really easily. Instagram has now 60-second videos, YouTube, your web pages, Facebook. I added the Kora tag. It's kind of like just a symbolic thing. It's coming there. The Kora tag has been there for a long time, but it's never taken the real interest into it from people. And that's mainly because the technology is not giving possibility. So if all the phones would have QR readers, it would be a different thing, but they don't have it. People have to download something to get it, so they don't do it. It's a different thing if you have it installed in a camera, then it will work. But something that will combine printed media and internet or video, this solution is coming, but it's not there yet. Then you have the Snapchat, which is a little bit for younger people. Some artists use it for keeping in touch with their fans. Then you have also emails. So when you send an offer or something, you can use videos, or you should use, in my case, if you're selling some product, you send a video link with it. Okay, look at the product over here. For example, we sell videos. So what I do, I send a video clip what we've done. And then we start discussing, okay, they see what we've done. Then we start discussing what they need. But it's kind of like getting the trust with the customer, so they understand that we're really doing this. We're not just playing around. But so the marketing, first thing, what comes always, finding your target group. So know your customers. Probably everybody says that. All the marketers and sellers say know your customers, know who they are, know when they use in video sense, when they use internet, when they use social media. Because social media is one of the biggest video marketing tool at the moment. And it's know you because social media is also really rough. If you're there in the wrong time, you might lose that potential. And same thing with the video, you can launch it once in the social media. Okay, you can put it, sponsor and market and everything, but you should always think that when your customer is on social media or where you want to be. And for example, normally it's said that Thursday, Friday evenings are the best ones from actually 2 o'clock till like 6 o'clock. Because people are still at work, but they're thinking about the weekend, so they do all kind of other stuff. They don't work. So they go to Facebook, look videos or something else. They should not do it, but this is the real life, what they do. And we all watch videos every day. I mean, like we usually watch, every person usually watch at least one video every day. That's the basic what they say. And the thing is that the videos nowadays are not anymore like we go to 8 o'clock every Tuesday to TV, watch some program. It's more like we watch it on demand. So we watch what we want to watch and when we want to watch. Because we're not working anymore from 8 to 4. People are working 8 to 4, 10 to 6, or from 8 to 8, or night time. So these are things that is kind of like change the whole thing. So choose your marketing channels. Don't take too much. Focus on the things that you want. If you want to market in Facebook, use Facebook videos. Don't use YouTube videos on Facebook. You can link them, but the reach is not as good as using Facebook videos because you have to click a link. You don't always see what's behind the link. So Facebook video always comes with the icon, and normally also it starts automatically. Always leave some budget for the marketing. Doesn't mean that you have to leave like 1,000, 2,000 euros. With the Facebook, you can get like with 20 euros, you can get 5,000 views or reach at least for the people, and you target those. So think who your customers are. Don't send an IT program to everybody, and then you have like a 15-year-old boy reading about IT consultancy. It's not just advice-wise. So you can actually, Facebook, you can target by age, where they live, actually by workplace. So it's really, you can really narrow it down who you target to. Make some cooperations. I have here bloggers, but you can make cooperation with other people also. But for example, some companies nowadays are using these video bloggers. Started being really big a few years back. Somebody streaming a PC game when they're playing, or somebody's just talking about their day or something they might have. I have to talk about Finland because I work in Finland. So for example, if somebody has 80,000 followers, which is a lot in Finland, so companies use them. For example, Tupla, this chocolate bar, made a video with some Finnish stunt team who drove off from a cliff with a snowmobile and ate Tupla, this chocolate bar, when they were at the air. So they had a parachute and they were just kind of like rolling down. And make something interesting, not just a product demo. So make something interesting means that make something you would watch yourself. Don't make it too technical. Make it something interesting. Show what the product is, what's the real benefit of it. Don't show the features of the product. And we have one from fashion industry, or working with the fashion here. That's always, you have to create images, you have to create feelings. You can't show this is 100% fabric or elastic material. People will read it somewhere else, but the thing is that you have to create feelings. People have to feel like this is interesting. And to this one, also that I was in one seminar just filming, and there was one person speaking about Netflix, who's been working a lot for the customer experience. Like he was talking something like 300-400 people are working just with the customer experience. That when you open Netflix, it will customize through the data what you have been using in Netflix. And their analysis was that people, after 8 seconds, people will switch from Netflix to TV or cell phone or ads or something else. So in 8 seconds, you have to impress the customer that they want to watch this. And if they don't find anything interesting in 8 seconds, the drop rate with the video starts immediately. In the beginning, you might have like 100%. After 8 seconds, it start dropping a little bit. After what's like 90 seconds, it's like half of it. Half of the people that started watching is actually watching anymore. And in some cases, it's even less. Yeah.
Now, taking your this point and as a startup,
Yeah.
so if we were to think that we need to make a video which should appeal to people within 90, let us say 8 seconds is a little bit too complicated, but let's
Yeah.
say
But get
how,
the interest in 8 seconds.
so what exactly should we focus on? Should we focus on the message itself? Should we focus on like bit of a craziness? So because you have been making a lot of videos, so
Yeah.
what actually appeals to people more? Is it more the star value, because somehow startups cannot get like movie stars?
Yeah, yeah.
So we cannot have a George Clooney like just sitting up in Nescafe and there's no ad.
Yeah.
So so like how, what exactly you would suggest to a startup that you should, when you are also doing this storyboarding, you should be looking at this instead of just directly jumping onto your message, because if you are looking directly for the message, people are not there for tutorials.
Yeah, yeah, that's true. Well, it all comes again to what you're selling. For example, some weird reason people like to watch breaking stuff. I don't know why, but some companies that with the tools, for example, they break stuff with the tools. They make really short, these kind of like ads with different kind of tools. They break different kind of stuff. Again, that's only one thing. Then you have these kind of like how to make something. For example, a cooking video. The thing is that they show the end result in the beginning real quickly, and then they start making it. Nowadays, for example, these are easy examples because these are really easy to visualize. For example, cooking videos nowadays, it's they're doing this stop motion, or what you want to call it, but it's really quick, like in 30 seconds you do like an apple pie. But it's really interesting to watch because you can actually kind of like stop it, or they might have some link, you can go to some pages. So this is the thing, and when you go with the to business sector, it's a little different again. Then you need to be a little more, maybe not formal, but you need to have more info, in my opinion. And in a business video, again, it's a lot harder to get it viral. And I'm not sure if I'm answering your question. I'm trying to balance it.
Yeah, I mean, even I don't know, because I was looking at one video of another company.
Yeah.
It was named as it's an event hotel. And
yeah, 1 and 1.
Sorry?
1 and 1. Yeah.
Or something.
Yeah.
So like, and I really like it because what the girl did was like, instead of just kind of taking around a hotel and like this is what,
Yeah.
and practically nobody would have watched that full video.
Yeah. But she was dancing around the
She
thing.
danced and actually sang a song.
Yeah. So this is again getting the interest in 8 seconds. She got the message,
Yes.
showing all the places, like showing all these conference rooms they
Yes.
had by dancing around and singing. They made like music video of it, and it was interesting, yeah. And it was a lot of work probably behind it because you have to really practice it because it was one take, the whole video. I know the video you're talking about because I talked to the person.
Dad, do you know that it was one take?
Yeah, it was one.
One.
One and 1. Yeah, they have it next to Verkkokauppa, their store. Is this kind of like new style. The wife is out. She's from Singapore or Malaysia, yeah. And the husband is Finnish. Yeah, I talked to the husband like last summer. Yeah, really interesting. It was really interesting video. That's the thing again. Make the video interesting. This is the way, kind of like thinking it out of the box. Okay, they could have just done, camera there, show all the rooms, but it's not interesting. So what they made was the person was dancing around from room to room, and there was somebody, playing drums or something in the next room. So they showed the rooms and everything this way. So this again, thinking it kind of like a little bit outside the box.
But some companies even don't make like kind of videos which are straightly related to their product. Like for example, if it's L'Oreal or Unilever videos, many of them are showing some story that you can't even see from the beginning, so it's related to the company somehow. So they create story, you watch the story, create some feelings, and in the end they show just the brand.
Yeah.
But they are,
But it's so much
they are in
more.
different genre, right? I mean,
Yeah, that's a brand video again,
Yes.
and you have to
Yes,
think
yes.
about it a different way because those companies have already, people know
Yes,
what they're
yes,
selling.
yeah.
In the startup scene, that would probably not work
Yeah.
because they don't understand what you're doing then. So when you start, you have to put information in it and make it interesting. This is the hardest part. You can always do, interesting videos. For example, like I probably said it before, but Helsinki Sanomat has done a couple of these really interesting videos. They have one in the TV that is kind of like a Finnish rapper is talking about information and rapping and things. So it's kind of like a music video, but it's still like Helsinki Sanomat ad. So kind of like thinking how to make stuff interesting. But again, you watch videos, you know what you think, what's interesting to your side, and then try to replicate. Change it a little bit. You don't have to come out with a new bicycle. You just have to make it a little bit better. That's the thing. Don't try to, do everything from scratch.
Just
Yes.
Just want to know your opinion. Yesterday I think I saw on CNN Pepsi talking about 100 new 5 seconds ads that they released. Don't you think that's like too much to release 100 5 seconds videos?
In a one day.
Yeah, I think I saw that yesterday on CNN and I was wondering.
Because normally if you do that kind of stuff, for example, a lot of companies they do like, they might do 105-second videos and they release them like, for example, 2 in a week. Like just keep it consistent because marketing is always keeping consistent. So you do something like every week or twice a week or every month or something like this. This way you get the awareness step by step. But releasing 100 videos, 5-second videos in one day at the same time, that would be just, in my opinion, wasting money. Because you can't think that everybody's gonna watch every video.
I just saw it. I don't know if they released the same day, but
Okay.
that was the caption.
Yeah.
105 seconds videos released.
Yeah, but it might be a campaign or something. They do like release like, for example, every morning one video. A 5-second video, they probably die, in 2 hours. So that's why, for example, in Instagram they might do like 5-second videos every morning or something like this, some campaign or something. But in one take, releasing 100 videos, in my opinion, would be smart. The stuff you're showing kind of like get mixed up with other stuff. Well, tell your customers something they don't know. That's always important. If you can teach them, then you get their trust. If they really feel that your information is giving them some value, then you get their trust. If you're just showing a picture of product or something that doesn't actually tell anything, it's not gonna get you any more sales. Nobody's gonna call you or think anything about you. So show them something they don't know. Make video social, interactive. So these are things, try to get people interact with the video. We have interactive videos also, but try to get people, for example, if you have a video or something or anything in the market, try to get people involved. If you have a Facebook campaign or something, you make always some kind of like a call to action or question or something that people actually, think that, okay, I have to react somehow to this. You don't have to do it every time, but this always gets you more people to watch it. For example, sometimes we do pro bono projects. We do it for sports mainly, and 2 reasons: they're interesting to do. Second reason is that when you involve 20 people in the video, you're more likely to get 20 people to share them to their people, to their friends. So this way you kind of like get free marketing. Make videos part of your monthly, weekly marketing. It's the same stuff I talked about. You can make videos by yourself also. You don't always have to pay them. Pay a lot for the videos, but try to make them consistent again. So don't just release video every once in a while when you feel like it. The videos might get views, but again, you don't get more people to follow you on Facebook or wherever you want them to follow. So in this way, again, the first video might not be that many people following, giving more, but you know, in the end, when you make them more and more and more, the people will start watching them and understanding the logic about the video. For example, you're doing tutorials or do-it-yourself stuff, people are going to be watching them. Okay, I like this style, so they start watching more and more, and then you know, their friends might be watching this kind of stuff. So video is, you don't always need a video production company in between, but you need to think how you're going to do it. Sometimes you might use the video production company, sometimes you can do it yourself. And for example, webinars or this kind of stuff, you can basically do it yourself. And this is for startups mainly. If you have something, one product to launch, you can only launch once. So think about this. You can only impact the customers once, or you can continue the marketing. But it's like the first impression when you speak with a person. You can always speak more and longer, but the first impression is that what you're gonna have kind of like in the back of your head. So if it's not good first impression, then it will take time for the person to win your confidence again. Same thing with the marketing of videos. If the first is not good, but the second one is really good, you might lose a lot of customers with the first one already, and you're just trying to get them back with the second one. Well, the case could be that with the first one video being good, and the second one good also, but not as good, then you get more customers with the first one, and then you come like a little bit growing. So let's go to most common mistakes. This is what at least in Finland, we see this a lot. It's too technical. We're engineering people in Finland. We have this back of our head that we have to tell all the statistics before we tell about the product. So the video might be, 5-6 minutes long because we want to tell how this button is made, because it's made with, some solar energy or something using this. It's important, but think about what the end customer wants to see. Are they really interested what kind of an engine in the car is, or are they interested, is it black or white, is the thing. Some customers want more technical information, they have it, but for example, look at the car ads, okay, it's a little different than branding ads, but mainly look at the car ads. They're mainly just about, nice looking cars driving around in the desert or somewhere. And these are the same stuff. For example, fashion. If you see clothing ads, people are usually dancing some choreography with the clothes or something like this. It's not about how the products are made. It's more about how they look, how they feel. And the same stuff goes with everything. So try not to make it too technical. And the second one, making video just for making a video. This means that you've seen, okay, your friend has made a video, or your competitor has made a video. Then you're like, okay, we have to make a video, but we don't know what we're gonna make of. So don't make it. Think about it, plan it first. Why do we need video? Can we do it a different way, or is the video the best option? So don't make video just to make a video. Lack of focus in the message. I see sometimes videos that has 5 or 6 different messages. We want to tell this, this, and this, and this. And it gets really confusing. So think, what do you want the customer to think about after the video? What's the feeling, impression, what do you want to have that the customer had after they see the video? And choose one message. You can show other stuff in it, but choose one main message. Calling to action is missing. You make a nice video short movie or something which is really interesting. People watch these kitty videos, puppy videos, or something else, really interesting videos, but it doesn't actually why you making this, it doesn't give you product out, and if you show your product, how do you get the people to your website or buy the product? So try to always put call to action there. In Facebook, now you can link into the video like a web page or something, or like buy this product from here. It comes after the video. So use these ones. It's always the easier it is to buy, the most likely people will buy. We're so hectic people nowadays, at least we think so, that we don't have time for anything. We don't have even time to go internet shopping. That's why they have emails or side banners in Facebook for the clothes you have been looking at or something like this, because they want to bring it closer to you. That when you're doing your daily routine, it's right there. They wouldn't use it if the people would go to a web store to buy clothes, but because people are not, they're just lazy nowadays and they're really hectic. They don't do this. So try to make it as simple as possible to buy it. Video quality. Okay, these are things, the startups, smartphone versus real production team. Think always what the video is about. Can you do it with a smartphone? Or should you use like a real production team? You can do some stuff with the smartphone, but again, you have to understand that with the smartphone, the quality will not be as good with the real cameras, lights, mics. You can get easily like external mic for your iPhone. So if you want to do like a webinar, get an external mic. It costs probably like €100, so it's not much, and they will be quality. They make TV series like this Finnish TV series with that kind of stuff also. And the last one, how to lose your money, waste your money, is to not find a target group. It used to be earlier. We always marketers always talk about this, which is more important, the content or the finding the audience. Both are important. Content is very important when you show in a video, but in the end, if you can't find the customers, your video is not going to be shown anywhere. Nowadays, people are making really good videos. You can see 15-year-old boys or girls making really nice videos because the production costs have come down tremendously. It's more about your passion, how you visualize stuff, and how you do it. But it's not about the equipment anymore. So the content is important, but again, if you don't find your customers, you just made a nice video. It's nice to show or watch when you're drinking with your buddies, but that's about it. Did you have any questions about those? Please do ask. Okay.
Just one question. You said that you can now people make not so bad quality video even with their iPhones.
Yeah.
Is it possible to, let's say, rent some of these equipment?
Yes, it is. You can rent cameras. We're talking about probably if you wanna this, let's say video camera, which is, for example, what we're using, probably pay like €250 per day. So it's still a little expensive, and you still have to understand how to use the camera. But you can rent those cameras if you want. With the iPhone, filming mainly comes to how you hook up the iPhone to different stuff. It's all with the same thing with our cameras. The camera is just the engine which records. So the engine needs tires, it needs windshield, everything else. So you have lenses, you have tripods, you have different kind of dollies or something, how to move the camera, you have mics, lights, this kind of stuff. So the camera is just the engine, it's just kind of like the drill. So it's just a tool. So for example, if you want to make with a smartphone something, the things you need to worry about with the iPhone is the sound and light. If you have those covered, your pretty much good to go with the standard light video. You can make it nice quality. But you need to worry about this, the light and the audio. Because the camera quality is it's okay. You can get like full HD picture with the iPhone. But when you go with a low light and bad sound, then you can't do anything.
So in essence, those the light and sound make up for the quality of the video.
Yeah. And for example, I don't know if you've watched this. What's this series called? HBO made it about politicians.
House of Cards?
House of Cards, yes. You don't even realize how much lights they had to use to try to make it more like just looking realistic. So lighting doesn't mean that you make like dramatic lights, light just coming from top of your head and making huge shadows here. It doesn't mean that. Lighting means that you make the lighting realistic. But because these lights are not good, you can probably see, but this one is more yellow than that one. So it makes your face green in the video. So this is the basic stuff. So if we film, we try always to avoid these kind of lights because they're not good lights.
So let's assume you want to film now. We have to turn this off and you set this, right? Or
If I would film, yes, I would turn this off and put my own lights.
Okay.
Or some people might just change the lights inside because you can buy different kind of lights inside. Yeah, filming lights and normal lights are different, and it all comes to the end result. Because if you have a green face, it's really hard to correct it. When the wall is white but the face is green, it's yeah. So that's why we always, when we film, use own lights mainly.
So light is like the nucleus of filming.
Yeah.
Put it that way.
Yeah. But you can always, if you do, for example, with the iPhone or GoPros or these kind of cameras, always the best light is the sunlight or daylight. That's the best light you can get. So if you can do it outside or in the sunlight or something, do it in that light. Turn off the lights inside if you can and just use the daylight if you have a big windows. If that's not the case, then you have to use inside light. You have to use them, but then try to avoid places that has different kind of lights, like for example these two. So try to avoid those places. Because for example, if you do editing yourself, you can't actually do anything to the colors. We have different softwares for that, but mainly color correcting, it's really hard with iMovie or something like this. I don't know if we can even do that. So always try to get everything done at the scene of shooting. As somebody says, do it in post-production, just slap it in the face. Do it now. So 30 minutes in a scene more time, you save actually hours in a post-production. So this always try to do everything on the scene. If it takes 3 more takes, people get a little bit frustrated. It's okay. Just they don't understand what the post-production is, so just get it right first. That's the main thing.
One follow-up question on the lights. When I take some photographs, the video one, and typically the best ones are actually when it's cloudy. So
yeah.
When I go out and if it is not a sunny weather, because in sun it is really difficult to kind of get rid of shadows.
Yeah.
Unless until the sun is right overhead and it's really difficult to position the sun.
Yeah.
So is that also the case in video?
Yeah.
That you have a diffuse light with clouds?
Yes. For example, if we shoot outside and it's really sunny day, then we might use these diffusers or what you want to call them. But for example, we put like a white blanket or something over the person's head. So it gives more soft light. This is the thing that we always want to use soft lights, because when you shoot outside, the sun is coming from there. It gives really harsh shadows to the left side of the face. So that's why we try to use different kind of ways to soften the light. If you understand what I mean. For example, here I might bounce the light from the white wall, because it makes it a lot softer, the light afterwards. If you go to a studio, you see these white cages over the lamps. Those are soft boxes. they make the light more soft, because if you shoot straight with the flashlight, it's really hard light, and it makes the shadows and everything really hard. So when you use this soft box, it makes the light a lot softer and it looks a lot more realistic. Because in filming, we usually always want to go looking good, but still realistic. We don't want it to look like, okay, in some sport trailer or trailers or movies or this kind of stuff, you might have dramatic lights and this kind of stuff, but still, mainly we want to have like as neutral light as possible in the videos. And this is actually a lot more difficult than making the dramatic light, that trying to make it more realistic, so that person watching it doesn't think that what's wrong with her face.
I have one question.
Yeah.
Those or do videos, do they fade like over time? Why do some videos look like, even if it's just 1 year old, looks like it's like 15 years ago?
It's again, we go with the trends. So it's different kind of making movies, and color profiles a lot with it. For example, nowadays people are using the videos, they're using these flat color profiles. So it's black is not like black, and the white is not white. It's more like gray, and so the trends is changing all the time. And also with a big difference that came like few years, or let's say, okay, let's go 5 years ago at least. But when people started shooting with these DSLR cameras, so these kind of like digital photo cameras, but bigger ones, you could get the depth of focus in it. So what I mean by that, that your face is sharp, but behind the wall is really blurry. So this came with the DSLR cameras. It came to being affordable and not really expensive. And before that, it used to be mainly on production cameras. And the picture you see, for example, mainly news or something, everything is really crystal clear, sharp. And it's kind of like, we call this Yle format. Yle is the Finnish news channel. So if a video guy comes with that kind of material, I'm like, did you work at Yle? Because this is what they mainly use. Everything is sharp and wide and this kind of stuff. So it all comes to a small, what is trendy right now.
Sometimes you watch some music videos and maybe after a year you want to watch again and you see it's like faded.
Yeah.
How come it's like this?
It's mainly about the trends. You see something that was 5 years big thing. I'm not sure what I could put here. For example, logos are a really good example. 5-10 years ago, some kind of logo used to be really big. Let's go back 5 years ago, people like to do like these hipster kind of logos, like kind of like American style barber shop logos. These kind of really retro logos, let's go this way. Let's go 5 years ahead from here. They will look really old because it's not trendy anymore. But that's why always don't design your logo so it's trendy, because it will get old. So try to make your logo ageless. So, future, what we're gonna see more? We're gonna see interactive videos. What I mean by interactive videos, I'll probably click here. Done. Okay. But this mainly means that you can interact with the video. So for example, in a fashion video, you will be having a person walking around with a nice looking shirt. You will actually click the shirt and it goes straight to the web shop. This is coming. And this is probably coming in a few years, let's say in 2 years. We've been making a couple interactive videos already. They're not, because YouTube and Facebook and these are not working 100% with them yet. And iPhone is not working at all with interactive videos, so it's still like a bottleneck, but it's coming. So, for example, all the TVs we have nowadays, they're gonna be old in, let's say, 5 years now. It's gonna be interactive. We've gone already to on-demand, HBO channel, Netflix, this kind of stuff, and you can see ads over there, and you can click. So the ads will have this call to action between the ads, on the ads. Go to the web page, order this or something else. And this is big thing for the marketing wise and selling wise of the videos, because you can actually follow how many people bought the product or with the, or actually about the product. That's the most important thing, at least. Then you have the virtual reality. You have the 360 videos, what you have probably seen a couple of years already. Those are getting bigger and bigger. And the thing is that it's going also to the movie industry. This means that you could actually be inside the movie. How it is done, there's different ways. You have this 360 video, of course, then you have this 3D modeling. You can actually jump inside the model and see, for example, you have a huge engine, for example, a ship engine. You want to show how it looks inside. Okay, you can't bring it to the exhibition because it's huge, it will cost too much. So you make a 3D model of it, you put VR glasses so you can actually be inside the engine and see how it looks like. Then they have the sensor technique. So I'm just gonna hook up at the same time I speak. So this is what I mean, the cameras, the first cameras this year actually came with this sensor technique. So it actually makes a 3D model of what it sees. So it's not recording as a normal video, it's making you've probably seen a mobile apps or something that take pictures or something, makes 3D model of it. So this is coming from production cameras also. And this could actually mean that you have in a room, you might have, from 4 to 10 sensors, it's mapping the whole room. So people moving inside, it's making a 3D model of it. What it means as a customer review is that you can actually walk inside the movie. So you can be inside with the people and see them walking around. So this is kind of like the big thing, what is coming. It's definitely not gonna be next year. This will take a few years at least, that is bigger. But this gaming industry has always been really big in this stuff. And for example, Sony PlayStation will come with their own VR glasses. And there's going to be sensors in the room. So what this means is, for example, you're playing some kind of Battlestar game where you have your own ship and you're defending something. The sensors will tell how big is the room where you're playing, and your ship will be that size. So you actually can move in the room and it will move in the game. So, if you have a small room and the other person has a huge hall while they're playing, you're probably gonna lose it. But still, this is the thing that is coming with the video. So video is not anymore just basic camcorder or basic camera. It's all kind of stuff. It's animation, it's film video, it's using with the sensors, making 3D models. It's going really fast forward. So this is the basic stuff.
Videos very expensive to make in Finland.
Videos? Yeah. Well, you can always, in Finland, the costs are a little bit higher probably than somewhere else, of course. But we're talking about like basic videos. If you know what you're doing, you can make it from 800 euros, and you can use like $20,000 euros. So it all depends how you plan it. So it all should, of course, start what kind of budget you have. And the more transparent you are with the budget, the better end result you will get. Because the making of the video is not expensive, but the extra expenses come when you don't know what you're making. So if it takes a lot of planning, a lot of new making, or the end result you're not sure how it's going to look like, then you have a lot of like extra costs that are coming because you just need to do your job with the planning phase. Because, for example, if you want to shoot let's go back to the fashion. You want to shoot some kind of like a new year model, new fashion models coming up. You have 5 different dresses or something. You might have a friend who's in front of the camera. You get him or her to the camera, get the dresses. You have a location. Nowadays people use outside location, brick walls, this kind of rural, urban thing. So actually the costs are actually the camera guy, editing. You probably will be okay with 800 euros if you just plan it correctly. So you don't always have to go to thousands of euros. But of course, if you're not ready to do planning or thinking yourself, or you're not able to do it, then you have to pay for somebody to do it. like startups, I think the best thing is that the human resources are there. You have people around who will help you, and you actually need somebody just to do the production. For example, marketing companies, they're expensive because they do the planning. Yeah.
In case you have no funds for that, what would be the cheapest or easiest editing program? Because I think that's
iMovie.
right.
If you have a Mac, probably iMovie.
Mm-hmm.
For PC, I'm not sure even. You have the Windows Movie Maker, but not a good results with that one. You can do the basic cutting at things. So that's probably the easiest way. If you have Apple iMovie, but if you have a PC, then you have the Windows Movie Maker. Those are free. Yeah.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And you still can ask. Now more informal if you
Yes.
want. Yeah.